Welcome to SmackDown, the show where we don't hostilely welcome you in.
Fuck
This is
that.
the.
Like or die.
Now, like or subscribe, please. This is the first show
Hype the
following back.
video.
Yeah, hype the video.
I don't know
Engage in
what
the
the fuck
comment
that
section.
is.
If you're watching like mobile, you can hype videos, I guess.
That's only a MOBA? That's,
Yeah, I think it's only a mobile thing.
that's
I don't think
dumb.
I've seen it on just laptop or PC yet. Anyways, let's get into the show tonight. Solo Sikoa and Bloodline Wolfpack open the show. They speak about Bronson Reed finally putting Sammy in the rearview mirror for them and what is next to come. They first speak about Jacob Fatu and the US title. Solo says tonight in the main event, Jacob will be taking on Trick Williams for that US title. Solo then moves on to Gorilla's Destiny and says that now that the New Day are out of the way, it's time for them to win those tag titles. Tells Phenomenal Egos he wants an answer to their challenge by the end of the show. In fact, you know what? I just remembered. Me and Ethan have a match tonight, so how about instead of asking for the match, I just beat it out of Ethan instead? That sounds like a perfect plan. Then they head to the back. We get a first round matchup in the Queen of the Ring tournament between Liv Morgan and Ember Moon. Liv Morgan picks up the win. Backstage, you see Charlotte watching the Queen of the Ring matchup when Chemical X comes into frame. That is Tatum Paxley, Shotzi Blackheart, and Gigi Dolan. Tatum seems so happy to see Charlotte and is pestering her with questions about how to make a name for herself. Charlotte cuts Tatum off and says, "If you want to make a name for yourself, you need to start. You need to start by winning some gold. Do that, then I'll possibly be more obliged to help you." Karrion Kross is walking around backstage with his title around his shoulder when he gets cut off by Kathy Kelly. She asks about his title defense at Bad Blood when Cody Rhodes confronts him. Cody congratulates Cross on beating him, but says he can't help but realize something about their match. Cody then looks Cross dead in the eyes and says, "I didn't tap out." Cross laughs and says, "You're right, you didn't tap out. You just passed out. So how about you get to the back of the line and let someone else take a shot at the champ?" Swerve Strickland then steps into frame and says, "If you're waiting for somebody to step up, Cross, then wait no longer." Cross just smiles at Cody, then looks back to Swerve and says, "You know what, Swerve? You seem like the perfect opponent. How about next week, me and you go one on one for this very title?" Swerve says it sounds like a plan. Both men leave, and Cody is obviously upset with this. Then go back down to the ring for a first round matchup in the King of the Ring tournament between Solo Sikoa and Ethan Page. Solo Sikoa picks up the win. After the match, Bloodline Wolfpack unleashed an assault onto Page until AJ comes out and gives them their match. AJ makes the title match for King and Queen of the Ring, but luckily he gets to teach Solo a lesson next week in the King of the Ring tournament. Mercedes Monet and Team Bad are walking around backstage before they enter Big E's office. Mercedes demands a rematch for Naomi and Tamina for the tag titles. Cora Jade then storms into the office and complains that she only lost her match at Bad Blood to Mercedes due to Tamina and Naomi's involvement. Big E tries to calm everyone down and makes a proposal. If Cora can beat both Naomi and Tamina in the next couple of weeks, she will be given her title rematch. If Cora loses either of those matches, then Team Bad can have their rematch for the tag titles. Uh, and he says that Tamina and Cora will meet next week. Jade Cargill then comes down to the ring and celebrates her first singles title win. She says she is ready for the future as champion and is ready for any challenger. Tatum Paxley and Chemical X then come down to the ring. Tatum says that Charlotte told her she needed to win gold and wants to challenge Jade for that title. Jade asks if Tatum wants the match right now, and Tatum shakes her head yes. A referee comes down and a match is made. Jade squashes Tatum Paxley and retains her title. Tatum Paxley is helped to the back by Chemical X, and Charlotte is there waiting for them. Charlotte and Tatum look at one another before Charlotte just shakes her head and walks away. Drew McIntyre is then backstage when he gets interviewed by Jackie Redmond. She asks Drew about his match at Bad Blood against Seth Rollins. Drew says he did what he needed to do to win, and he hopes Seth just stays on the shelf permanently. "My focus now is back on the World Heavyweight title, and Cross is just handing out title shots to undeserving people." Swerve then walks into frame and asks Drew to repeat what he just said. Drew repeats it, and Swerve says, I have no problem shutting that big mouth of yours. Drew says he would love to see Swerve try. In fact, how about we head down to that ring right now? In fact, how about we put that world title shot on the line, unless you think you can't beat this loudmouth? Swerve smirks and says, Drew, I could beat you on my worst day, so I have no problem putting my title shot on the line. Drew smiles and says, Great, meet you down in the ring. Match between Drew and Swerve, number one contenders spot for the World Heavyweight title. Drew McIntyre wins the match after Cody comes down and costs Swerve the title shot. Cameras then cut backstage into the Damage Control locker room as Io and Asuka are having a huge argument. Dakota and Kyrie are both in the background trying not to get involved, but also at the same time trying to calm tensions. Io then steps to Asuka and says, You cost us everything. I should be champion right now. Asuka then says, No, I should be champion. You're selfish. You destroyed Damage Control. Asuka then charges out of the room and then yells out for Kyrie as she leaves, and Kyrie quickly follows her. Um, Karrion Kross is then seen backstage and comes across Drew McIntyre after his match and says, I guess I'm facing you now. Well, I knew this day was going to come sooner than later, so best of luck, and puts out a hand. Drew, whilst holding the back of his head, shakes Kross's hands. We then go down to the main event tonight, Jacob Fatu versus Trick Williams for the US title. Trick Williams retains after Malachi Black comes in and causes a disqualification. The match officially ruled a no contest, but Trick must retain. So that is SmackDown.